morning I woke up, made some coffee, had some highest quality breakfast, and I've really just kind of been enjoying the slowness of being in the campground. We're in the valley, but I'm getting ready to head back into the busy section. I need to go to the visitor center and get my stamp. I think I need to raid the gift shop. We also need to check on some hikes for today, because even though we can't stay in the park, I want to stay here as long as possible. Now that the sun is coming up, it's warming up. It's gonna be a beautiful day. I am still hanging out with my little squirrel friend. Hopefully she does okay over the winter. She's definitely building her nest, and it's a little close to the van, but it's been super cute to watch her. She's moved on from collecting leaves to collecting acorns, and it's so cute. I'm gonna continue checking the website all day to see if we can stay just one more night. Right now, nothing is open, so I'm not optimistic, but it's worth a try. Okay, let's go. Trying to get a little of everything in today. I don't think I spent enough time yesterday looking at Half Dome. Okay, while we're walking, I want to tell you about the first time I was here at Yosemite. It was 5 years ago, and I had just been doing research on hiking and backpacking, and I decided that I needed to try it. So I started by buying all of my backpacking equipment. I got a backpack and a tent on Amazon. I got everything in. I set it up in my parents' backyard. Didn't even sleep in it that night. Had not slept in my tent a single night. Packed it up, booked a ticket to Fresno, and rented a car. This was my first trip by myself. It was my first backpacking trip, my first time to California, and really my first big trip to a national park. Everybody had good advice, like be safe, use your judgment, all of those things. And I was determined to do everything correctly so that nothing would go wrong. And the first thing that happened when I got off the plane in Fresno and rented the car was a girl who had been on my flight walked up to me and asked if I had any extra room on the way to Yosemite. She had overheard me talking to someone else that that's where I was headed. She had her backpack on. She was supposed to meet her family here at the park, but she had missed the last shuttle bus, which I knew we were going to miss the last shuttle bus. That's why I rented the car. So she offered me $80 to bring her to Yosemite. Of course, I said absolutely not. That's too much money. And so we decided $40 would be enough, and she jumped in my car and we came out here to the park. Of course, nothing went wrong. We made it here to the valley. For my first backpacking trip, I started mild, went to the backpackers campground with my wilderness permit, and then carried that pack all the way up to Vernal Falls and Little Yosemite Valley. It was a workout. When I got there, I stayed at Little Yosemite Valley, went up to Clouds Rest the next day, stayed again at Little Yosemite Valley, and then back down here. Somehow I expected that 4 nights in the wilderness in Yosemite was actually like dipping my toe into backpacking. Of course, now if anyone asks, I definitely recommend starting out a little smaller, maybe a little closer to home. It was also a great experience in traveling. Originally, the last night I was gonna stay at that backpackers campground again, get up at like 3 in the morning, and make it to my 6 a.m. flight in Fresno. Luckily, I convinced myself the better plan would be to get a hotel in Fresno. I stopped at In-N-Out Burger on the way by, and then was able to shower before I got on my flight home. It was an amazing trip. It's so cool to be back here. They call all of these villages, and it's not untrue. There's places to eat, stores, post office if you need it. You can even get a post office box there. I just don't know how often you'd be back to check it. Okay, so we have 923 AD, 1066, 1215, which is when the Magna Carta was written, 1492, the Pilgrims in 1620, 1776, 1864, Lincoln signed the Yosemite Grant, and then it ends over here with Yosemite becoming a national park. That's pretty cool. Sequoias are native only to the western slopes of the Sierra Nevada, so they are here in Yosemite, and then they go south through the Sierra Nevada all the way down to Sequoia and Kings Canyon, where they're definitely more known. They are similar to redwoods, but redwoods are just on the coast of California and Oregon, which Courtney and I got to see earlier this year. This tree is estimated to have been 1,100 years old before it fell over in 1919. The oldest tree in the Mariposa Grove is the Grizzly Giant, and they think it's 1,790 years old. So this section is 9 feet, and the base of the tree was 14. Wow. I also just love when they mark trees like this so that you have some relevance of time. Like it was this big on the Declaration of Independence. This is where I came for my wilderness permit. I think I just like big trees. Ended up going with the green shirt. I'm really proud of myself for starting to buy souvenirs. I'm disappointed that I didn't get more at the beginning of my trip. I think that's only my 4th t-shirt all year. I think I'm gonna say that this might be the best time of year to visit. I think I definitely got lucky with the warm weather, with the waterfalls flowing. It's gorgeous. I did get to talk to a park ranger. I'd hate to visit a park and not get to talk to one, but he was just working on something and people were asking him questions, and he offered up if anybody else had any other questions before he stopped. I asked if I wanted to walk to the base of El Cap, how would I get there? And he told me that you just park kind of where I was yesterday, and then there's a lot of paths leading up to the mountain that have either been made by humans or animals. I mentioned I saw a bear, and he said, yeah, they kind of hang out there waiting to make sure nobody drops anything. So even though you thought we were done with El Cap, we are not. There's more to see. Although hopefully we don't see one of those bears on the trail. Okay, we're back exactly where we were last night. I feel like a super nerd because I don't know what I'm doing, but I'm just gonna hike up there and do it.
We head for the sky, it's alright. Our wings wouldn't fly, it's alright. If we are crashing down again, Pieces of love, it's alright. Scattered in mud, it's alright. You're giving me a life.
I feel like I should have been over there watching yesterday.
And tell me what you want. This time I won't take it to the heart. 'Cause I know we won't make it out. I've heard it all before. Yeah, tell me what you want. Let me hear that I'm the only one. You know that we won't make it out. We've heard it all before. It's alright. It's alright. It's alright. It's alright. It's alright, so let's move on. It's alright, so let's move on. It's alright, so let's move on.
I'll try this one. See if it's too bad and go back the other way.
It's alright, so let's move on. It's alright, so let's move on. It's alright, so let's move on. We head for the sky, it's alright. Our wings wouldn't fly, it's alright. If we are crashing down again. Pieces of love, it's alright. Scattered in mud, it's alright. You're giving me a lie again. And tell me what you want. This time I won't take it to the heart. 'Cause I know we won't make it out. I've heard it all before. Yeah, tell me what you want. Let me hear that I'm the only one. You know that we won't make it out. We've heard it all before. It's alright. Hey. It's alright. Hey. It's alright.
Okay, my next question is, how far do I need to climb up to say that I climbed on it?
And tell me what you want. This time I won't take it to the heart. 'Cause I know we won't make it out. I've heard it all before. Yeah, tell me what you want. Let me hear that I'm the only one. You know that we won't make it out. We've heard it all before. It's alright. Hey. It's alright. Hey. It's alright. It's alright. It's alright, so let's move on. 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 It's
I think that's far enough.
let's move on. So let's move on.
Those controlled burns again. I mean, you're not gonna beat this. Everybody always asks, which is the best national park?
And tell me what you want. This time I won't take it to the heart. 'Cause I know we won't make it out. I've heard it all before. Yeah, tell me what you want. Let me hear that I'm the only one. You know that we won't make it.
Just ran into somebody who had a Red Wings jersey on, and obviously I had to say hi. And she was like, "You look familiar." I saw her at Lassen 2 days ago, and now I see her, of all places, on this trail at Yosemite. Crazy. I was also up there. I started a conversation. I just said hi to a couple, and the lady said that 10 years ago her husband, who was with her, climbed this, and his experience was that it took 2.5 days. The first day they came, put their ropes out, and then they started early the next morning. He said it took 2.5 days to get up, and then I asked if they hiked down because I find that interesting, and he said that there's actually a trail down the way where you hike a little and then rappel and then hike a little and rappel, and there was 5 times that they rappelled on their ropes to get down to the bottom. So cool. I got to tell him about seeing everybody turn the lights on last night. I expect that they will be here tonight watching the exact same thing. I think that's going to do it for us here at Yosemite. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Since it was pretty obvious that this is my favorite national park, let me know in the comments which one is your favorite. And if you haven't already, please subscribe. It helps the channel out a lot and helps more people see all of these adventures. Also, there's more California national parks to check off the list. The next one up is Pinnacles National Park. I'll see you there. It's just the best way to see sunrise. I've made my way to Mariposa Grove. This is the main event for today, and the reason why I stuck around for one more day. I think I started out that at 9 a.m. and now it's 3 o'clock. Is that possible? I'm definitely hungry.